Welcome to the North American Golden Domers for Sunday, December 14th, 2025, and we're live. It is very cold. It is minus 12 Celsius here in North Bend, Toronto, Canada. And I am Raji Claus. I am happy to bring you the latest and final installment for this season of the North American Golden Domers, coming to us live right now from Duane Lake, New York, with his stocking stuffers ready. Andy, how are you, buddy?
I've never even heard of Duane Lake, New York. You sure that's real?
Andy.
Raj,
It's a suburb of Malone.
I'm unwell. I am unwell. I have not recovered. I'm not recovering well. I'm not handling it well.
Well, given the radio silence from Paul for the week and knowing how he feels and giving with the grumpy disposition of Mr. Dolph in the pre-production meetings here, I think you guys will share that same vibe. But Andy, it's lovely to see you. I'm always happy when I get to see you in your lovely grays. Coming to us live from Mexico City with his mistletoe belt attached and ready for the season. Dolph, how are you?
Not so well. I thought I was going to start making plans to get somewhere to watch the team, but as all of you guys, we got surprised on Sunday, so yeah.
And continuing on with the festive cheer, Mr. Paul Linehan. His jingle bells are ready. They're cold, and he's in Cleveland, Ohio. Paul, how are you?
I'm the same as everyone else. I'm not over it. Michigan tried to cheer us up in that last game. I'll be honest. I had that Grinch smile on my face for about 24 hours, but it didn't. It's not lasting. Seeing you guys is, of course, melancholy because I was hoping to see you live soon. Instead, seeing you here, just I don't know. I'm not good. I'm not good.
Well, I am going to do my best for everyone to be the therapist, to be the crucible of love and cheer for you in the midst of this down season. Listener feedback, we are at 135 followers. Andy, this is our final show of this season. We fell 365 short of the need.
Almost made it. Well,
Andy,
that's not a full. I mean, that's an ongoing thing. It could be next season, right? Like
Exactly.
This wasn't I never heard a back end on this.
I think we could push it ahead a season or two, and Andy's still going to have that smug look on his face.
I think we'll be okay. I think we're going to be okay.
Then, Andy, given the season, is there a chance you'll unlock the cellar door and take us down tonight?
There will not. Nope. Had we won the Natty, I was going to surprise everybody with a trip to the farm. So I don't mean to double the pain here tonight, but
Wow.
Yeah, you thought it hurt before, Paul.
Yeah, I thought I realized everything I'd missed out on, and now to know.
Sure.
So in terms of the year-end performance review, Paul, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I thought we could get to 500 this season. I asked for we'll talk in the off season about a renewal of our contract, but I hope we all get to come back. Andy, just as it relates to the farm, do you sell Christmas trees on the farm? Is there a maple syrup set up in the winter?
No, we're strictly a dairy operation.
Okay, all right. And Paul, one other thing that I think I know this made you happy. I think you made the comment that we've arrived, but we received negative comments on our last show. It was wonderful. We've arrived.
I wanted that guy on the show tonight.
Did we ever figure out who he was?
They appeared to be Miami fans who were not happy with the fact that we were contemplating us above Miami. Well, I'm glad they got their wish, and we wish them well against Texas A&M. So.
I haven't been.
No, we don't.
Did that person come back? Did that person come back on after the rankings and taunt us at all?
I haven't looked. But
I hope he did.
it was delightful just to see some taunting and to see something outside of the normal sphere of the comments we'd expect from with our own 135 followers. So thank you for Sebastian and whoever else was on giving us chats about that. Last thing, just a shout out to
that was back when I was happy.
Yeah. And a shout out to James Gilliard, who yesterday completed a triathlon. Wonderful stuff, James. We congratulate you on that. I don't know what three things he did, but they did complete a triathlon. So well done, James. Let's get right into it. The 225 season is over, sadly. Before we talk about the CF debacle, or whatever we want to refer to it as, let's just talk about the highlights of the past season.
Raj, we're having some audio issues with you.
Yeah.
It's like it sounds like you're gargling some balls.
Am I still gargling balls?
No, you're better. You've got them out now.
Exactly.
I am hearing the whistles and audio of a football game, and I suspect the Dolph can't control his household again. Is that safe?
It is.
Are you not the conquistador? Are you not the machismo leader of that household where you can tell someone to turn something down?
Yeah. I'll use that authority right now.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm just having fun with you. If I end up sounding like I'm gargling balls again, please tell me. But let's get at it.
We'll use a hand signal. You'll figure it out.
It's a good thing this is video and not audio. Otherwise, people might actually think that. Andy, highlight for the past year. Just thought I'd throw it around just in terms of trying to find some positive vibes for the past year. What was your highlight?
Just the overall play of CJ Carr, that he was as advertised as what we, or at least I thought he would be or hoped he would be. A real, shining star in that we didn't have any major concerns with somebody who hadn't had a lot of playing time. He came right in after the first couple of games and settled in and really proved to be our guy. So I was glad to see that. Obviously, Jeremiah Love, huge. We expected that though, but I think for me, CJ Carr was the shining spot for us this year.
Paul, what about yourself?
For me, it was the 10 in a row. And not just because we won 10 games in a row. We were throttling people. Like we were not playing with our food. We were just putting I haven't seen that level of domination since Holtz was here. Even the year before in our natty run, we just didn't the games were over in the first quarter, probably 6 of those 10 games. And by halftime in 3 of the others. It was we're not just winning, we're dominating again. And that's why I was so disappointed. You guys know I was 100% convinced we were winning the national championship. We were the best team in America right now. Without a doubt, best team in America. I wasn't even worried. I thought we were going to roll right through the whole thing. So that obviously was the highlight for me.
I don't disagree. My highlight sort of is on the same lines as yours in that when you look back at the season, we are really 2, maybe 3 plays away from being 12-0 and ranked first with exactly the position Paul references to going into having a real chance to win it. So that was my highlight, the fact that it was an exceptional season. And those 3 plays, I'm talking about the Schuler non-breakup of the pass, the dropped extra point against Texas A&M, and that 4th and 11 play that, any one of those didn't happen, we'd be in the playoffs.
Also, again, and I'm getting ahead of myself. There was another play in the Miami game, the CJ Carr interception that was freshman first game jitters, terrible pass. Again, I didn't let you guys know I didn't like the schedule when it came out because we had a freshman quarterback, and that's what ended up. We would beat either of those teams by 14 right now. So,
Dolph, what about yourself? What was your highlight for the year?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same as Paul. Paul stole my thunder from. But I mean, yeah, those two games could have gone either way. I'm pretty sure we could have started with something easier next year. The schedule was a killer, just as Paul says. And the way we dominated the rest of the season, everything Paul said, it's what I had in mind for this year. I didn't think that we could be out of the playoff by any means, and that first game came out to bite us in the end. So, yeah, that's the tough part about it. But I think 10 in a row, they had to look after being 0-2 and say, okay, we got to roll over everybody, and they did it. And as Paul said, I think the team was ready to win a national championship. It was just get in and start playing again. So, didn't happen for us this year. So, but the 10-win streak was impressive.
Dolph, what was your favorite moment of the past season? If you had to pick one moment, what was that moment?
Oh yeah, Jadarian Price, the kickoff return against SC. That was awesome. I mean, they were going to get the momentum after they scored, and then we get that kickoff back, and it was over for them. So, yeah.
Andy, how about you?
Probably the pit run with Jeremiah Love. That I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like the make or break point of the game or anything like that. It was just something about it that let you know that, because we did have some concerns about Pitt. It just made you feel like they're not going to be able to stop him, and for him to make it look as effortless as he did was really, to me, in that game was really crucial.
Paul, my favorite moment was just being drenched in the rain at USC at the game again, just drenched. Knowing you were safely eating shepherd's pie or whatever it was up there, but just being drenched and soaked and happy with the outcome of beating USC on that evening, especially after the weather delay and the nonsense. And it was just a long day, but a fun day. What about you? Paul? What was yours?
Rodolfo, turnabout's fair play. I stole your answer on the first one, and that Jadarian Price kickoff return against USC when they clawed back, and you're like, oh no, here we go. And then the lead lasted 11 seconds? How long does it take Jadarian to run 100 yards? 12 seconds? Yeah. It was I believe I was hyperventilating after that. It was a long day in the rain, as you know, Raji, and I was not in the rain anymore, but it was still crazy. That was a crazy moment.
Andy, your two MVPs, offensive, defensive MVP for the season. Who would you give it to?
Defensive, I'm going to give it to Leonard Moore.
Yeah.
Offensive, I mean, I'm very cliche, but I'm going to give it to Jeremiah Love. He was the foundation of our team. When we thought he was injured in that one game, we thought, all is lost. But he was the heart and soul of the team. He was a leader. Obviously, he wasn't a captain, but he was a leader. And everything he did and said and how he carried himself was tremendous for a guy his age.
Andy, I'd pick the same two as you, but I'm going to add sort of a wild card in there too. Just Freeman and his leadership after game two to get the result and not have the season spiral down the drain, especially internally with the coaching staff and the noise that was around the defense. So great job there. Paul, what about your offensive and defensive MVPs?
I can't not mention Love, but I think he was the best football player on the team. But I think CJ Carr was the MVP on the offense because it doesn't work without him. Like they stack the box and also because we may have the second best running back in America as well. If Jeremiah was not around, Jadarian might have been the one. And then for me on defense, no surprise here, KVA jumps off the screen or the field for me at everything. Leonard Moore's tremendous. Like I can't argue with anyone else's picks, but that's a guy we haven't had since Manti. And we get to watch him for 2 more years, or at least one, right? It's good. It's tremendous. I love the guy. So that's my guy.
And what about the names you came up with, Dolph?
I would say Leonard Moore on defense. I think is already playing pro level. He's the shutdown cornerback, so he's just perfect for that defense. And I agree with Paul. I mean, without CJ Carr, this team would have gone nowhere. I mean, we had two great running backs, but we need a quarterback. And the receivers, we got plenty of receivers developing this year. So see, I give credit to CJ because he had a great year.
Well, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about what I call the CFP letdown. My only comment to start to lead the discussion, and I hate to ever be one of these guys who said, this worried me or this scared me, but if you recall in the group chat the Sunday morning, the weekend before the conference championships, when we didn't get any of the results that we needed that night, I think I wrote to you guys saying, are any else of us nervous? And I was very nervous from that point on. Paul, you've alluded to it throughout the season, how there's a machinery behind the scene, whether it be the ACC not wanting us in or Alabama orchestrating something. But goodness, very, very disappointed. But I can't say I'm all that surprised about the outcome. Let's start with you, Dolph, in terms of your comments regarding what happened.
Well, as you said, I wasn't really surprised about it. We were in a tough position, but I mean, why play those conference championship games if they're not gonna? I mean, you're just giving kudos for playing in those. You get blown out in the SEC championship, and you say that team is still very good because they made it to the championship and they beat Georgia during the season. What's the purpose of playing those games? Makes no sense. And well, you've been reading all week about it. ESPN carries most of the playoff or all of the playoffs, so they want a team they carry during the season, and Notre Dame's not the team they carry. So yeah, I'm very bitter about that, and it's just not fair. I mean, we had a great team, and I'm sure Notre Dame is at least has to be one of the 12 best teams in the country, and they're not in because of money and interests. It's ridiculous.
Without question, a top 5 team that could have won it all. Andy,
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be echoed by the four of us, but like I wasn't shocked by Miami, right? I mean, everybody was setting us up for that all along as far as the head-to-head comparison. If Miami moves up, they can't be behind us, which, I understand. We lost to them. I don't dispute that. Do I think we're the same team that played them? No, of course not. No, nobody else thinks that either. And Miami's not the same team. They've trended downward, trended upward. The Alabama situation is appalling, an atrocity. BYU gets punished for losing a conference championship, but Alabama doesn't because they're Alabama. So, I mean, it's like anything in the world. It's got its political angles to it, and we came out on the losing end of this, where, like Paul said, Rodolfo said, we were poised to be a dominant team, to be a team that they're going to have to contend with, and if that factored into it, who knows whether or not they didn't want us in it because we're not part of the system, the quote unquote system. But Alabama has no business being there. Technically, Miami doesn't, but they did beat us, so I have to concede that.
I can't imagine that Mark D'Antonio, as a committee member, voted for Notre Dame to be all that high. Paul, I know it's not tinfoil hat time. I know these are real concerns and fair commentary, but you've had these concerns since mid-season.
Yep.
Please share your thoughts, Paul.
I mean, listen, the Miami decision, this isn't going to be popular, and I'll get the Miami decision was correct. All right, we did play them. Are we better than them? Yes, but the season has to count. The Miami decision was right. The Alabama decision was ridiculous. And they've been protecting them all year. It's not a good football team. They can't run. The four of us together had more rushing yards in the SEC championship than they did. And I was, tinfoil hat or not, I'm just going to read a comment that Josh just put on here because he says more succinctly than what I was going to say to our audience here. CFP wants to expand to 16 teams and ultimately, a 40, 60 team pro league. Notre Dame is the only brand big enough to bring about that 16 team change and the only one that stands independently. You leave any other school out this year and it's business as usual. I think that's true. I think that is part of it. Part of it was, Alabama controlling the SEC and the SEC controlling ESPN and ESPN setting the whole thing up. But I think Josh nailed it right there better than what I was going to say. So I'm still angry. Like I can hear it in my voice now. It's cracking. This was dirty. This was real dirty.
This will sting. This will sting forever. It's not something we move on. We're all, I've said this before in this podcast. I don't know how many more trips around the sun I have, but this was a real chance to win it. This season was a real chance lost, and that's what stings.
If we didn't believe in our team, right? If we were like, okay, it's a little smoke and mirrors, and we've all been there with Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
And then getting left out of the playoff, and then we can always say, but we were better and everything like that. There's been times when I haven't been too upset about us missing a bowl, like a certain bowl, and getting put in a lower bowl because it seemed about our speed postseason, especially under the Kelly years. But I really think we were going to win this whole thing, and that's why it will never stop hurting.
Andy, Paul mentioned bowls. I'm going to shift to the next topic. I think we all know how it played out. A decision was made fairly quickly. It sounds like the leadership at Notre Dame leaned on the advice and opinion of the captains who made a decision that they did not want the 2025 team represented by a bowl game in which the entire team, a different team they didn't want that kind of team to end this season for this team. They wanted to leave it as it was with that team on the field for their last game. However, we took a hell of a lot of hit in the media until Michigan stepped in to help us for that. Andy, I guess we're disappointed, but are you okay with the decision not for a bowl game? Do you get it?
Yeah, 100%. When that came out and we started seeing the chatter about it, 100% in favor for all the reasons you stated, because you weren't going to see the same team that you saw all season. And have a team, like Paul said, that we all truly felt was special and had the real potential to take it the distance, to be relegated to the Pop-Tart Bowl. No offense, Roger, but it just seemed...
that would have been great.
It just seemed...
a Pop-Tart Bowl.
I mean, we not to sound conceited or... They just deserved better than that. That's not how their season needed to end, should end. And I think they did the right thing. They took a lot of heat, like you said, a lot of, and that would have happened anyway in one way or another, because the people who made those statements and comments and and the memes, which were funny, they hate Notre Dame. So, of course, they're going to attack them for whatever they do. Had they played in the Pop-Tart Bowl and lost, they would have annihilated them for, see, this is why they didn't deserve to be there, let alone a majority of the roster would not have been the same roster playing in the playoffs had they made it. So I 100% agreed with it. I didn't realize they were going to take as much of a backlash as they did. But when I think I'd like to see a couple other teams, join them in holding out of a bowl. And it just shows that these bowls with this playoff system, they don't mean anything anymore. They're pointless.
And Paul, I think it's changing. I think this is the start. This is the year we'll all look back to, is the season where, as the playoff expands, these bowl games, some of them are going to get rolled into, I guess, the new playoff format. But the bowl season really is not going to be what it used to be for us growing up, right, Paul?
Yeah, I don't think it has been for a while, Raj. I think another turning point in the bowl season was when Jalen Smith got hurt, right? Against Ohio State. It was a fun game. It was a great game. I was there. But people are like, well, that cost him a lot of money and a career, to be honest with you. And a lot of other guys, if you recall, the next year, a lot of guys sat out. Not just our guys. It's just everybody. It was just like, agents were like, this is an exhibition game. If you're not in the playoff, it's an exhibition game. And my opinion on us skipping the bowl game, 100% supported it. 100% understood the reasoning behind it for all the reasons you guys have eloquently said. I think we took the ACC thing too far. I thought it right at the beginning. I didn't think that was a great strategy. Now, it may be part of a bigger strategy. And if that's the case, if this is a leverage point where we're trying to change the contract with the ACC or get out of it, that's fine. And then Pete's going to take the heat for it. But we took that too far. And we took, like, if Michigan hadn't, but for Sherrone Moore, we're still at the top of Twitter. Like, we're going to be just getting destroyed. Haven't seen much since then. And again, kudos, thank you to Michigan. Yeah. Always, good scandal, never too far away from those guys' lips. So,
Dolph, what about you? Your thoughts regarding the bowl?
It's the same thing. I mean, why go to a bowl that doesn't count? And yeah, I agree with all you guys. This is the beginning of the end for the bowls. People are just not going to be interested. I mean, players just skipping the game. It makes no sense. So, as far as I disagree a little with Paul. I think the ACC thing is a strategy, and I said it in this podcast a few years back. I think the ACC is heading for complete destruction. It's not gonna be there anymore. So I think this is part of the beginning of the end, also for the ACC. And I think Pete had to do what he had to do. I mean, we saw him on the news all week long. So there's something behind that we don't know yet. We're guessing that it's more than just saying you guys threw us under the bus. There's more to it, I think.
No, they're all very, very smart people. It wasn't while there was emotion attached to the responses, it was clearly a strategic release of what they wanted to release as it relates to the issue. So I don't know how to I don't know how to sort of weave this into a comment that attaches to this. But I think it would be awesome. It would be a wonderful world if Dolly Madison, the team that made it in the 12th spot, if Dolly Madison was playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl, all that lovely, lovely dessert food on one field at one time. Does Dolly Madison or who else got in?
No.
Tulane.
No.
Do they have a chance?
No.
Okay. You're not putting any on them?
No. I'm not even watching those games. No.
Yeah.
Dude, Tulane already lost to Ole Miss by 45 points.
Yeah.
Like, at least flip those two so you don't get a rematch. I mean, if you're gonna manipulate the whole system anyway, why are we getting rematches? Like, just make Dolly Madison play Ole Miss and let Tulane go play whoever else they're gonna get throttled by.
Saban had a great comment about that. He thought that the 12-team makeup, while it ended up being the way it was, this was the way it was set up. He said, unfortunately, though, you had 10 teams that got in and a bunch of others that were considered. They were judged on one set of metrics, and these other two, a completely different set of metrics with a completely different field. So you really don't have what constitutes the 12 best teams in the country. I think we all know that.
And I mean, let's go back to Jimmy Phillips setting up the convoluted ACC tiebreaker. Put Miami in the game.
Yeah.
Put them in the game. They earn their way in. That gets rid of one of the G5 teams or G6, whatever they're calling it now. It gets rid of one of them, and we're in. Or Miami loses, and then we're in anyway. But they didn't want that, because I think there was a backroom deal done that if you keep Miami out of that title game, we'll get them in. You'll get one team in.
I think the best way to summarize it is the second most disappointing, and it's a close second. Of this is the fact that we don't get a chance to hang out together and redo what we did last year, because that was so special. Andy, if you'd like to sort of take some of that away from us and maybe have a reunion party at the farm in January, we'll all come over, but that's really your call, Andy.
I'm not coming to Albany in January. Just
It's just like Fort Lauderdale, Paul. It's going to be exactly the same. You're not even going to notice the difference.
I was gonna throw something out there about that. I think we all have a little bit of extra money right now from tickets and airlines and hotels or Airbnbs in bad neighborhoods. Raji, we may. I got a place with very low rates. If you guys can just get a flight, we'll figure out a weekend in February.
I'm all over that.
I mean, we can solve. It won't be. It won't heal the wound of us not getting them, but we'll get to see each other and no pressure of a game. So
it's like Raji, you said it. Like all I was thinking about leading up to that announcement was how much fun we had last year.
Yeah.
Whether or not we were in fear for our life going to bed, or we were on a beautiful canal with yachts and palm trees. It was just, or the home playoff game, which was what I was really hoping for the most, just to one more chance to go out there and be with you guys there for another home playoff game. I mean, that almost hurt as much as not even making it in. It was not getting to relive what we got to do last year.
Well said, Andy.
Well,
one last comment.
Let us all get through the holidays, and then let's get some weekends together in February. I'm telling you. I know you all have some disposable income because you were all going to these games.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a good plan, Andy. Let me ask you one last question about that place we stayed in outside of Atlanta. As a law enforcement professional, a man whose radar is always on, my fear level was about a 5 because I probably didn't know better. Did you have any worries about us there?
Not at all. I mean, if you're going to get murdered in your sleep, you're going to get murdered in your sleep. So nothing you can do about it.
A burnt-out Mustang on your neighbor's lawn isn't.
I mean, that was a red flag. That was what we like to call a red flag. As we were approaching, that was the best. We're like, what?
Where are we?
Do we have the wrong address?
I won't recall. I mean, I won't easily forget us sitting in the parking lot of was it a Walmart? We were sitting
Walmart, yeah.
Which was a poor choice.
And we were looking at other Airbnbs and just saying, let's just find something else. We'll eat this and we'll just tell the guys this is what we booked. But we made it through. Which it's funny because I do want to share a memory from Wilco's memoirs that I just read. I did not know that my dog. I did not know that he was at one point abducted by aliens. He said to me, they made him wash his hands. They made him eat his vegetables. They made him make his bed. He thinks he was on the mothership.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. National treasures. Andy, what do you have?
It was really tough to even consider a national treasure.
Yeah. Jeez.
Frankly, it's not the college football playoff, but that's fucking sure. I don't have one. I got nothing, guys. I'm cut that deep. Did we lose Paul, by the way?
Andy's tapped out. Paul will likely. Oh, he's here.
I guess when we cut down from 4 to 3, the owner gets pushed to the side.
I have you next, Dolph. Anything for Mexico?
Not really. I haven't thought of anything either. I mean, it's been a tough week. I mean, just reliving what could have happened, reading all the things that could have happened if we got in. I have nothing. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to go next, and there's a very strategic reason for what I'm about to do for Canada. My national treasure is my beloved neighbors to the south, the USA.
Huh.
We've been good friends forever. I hope we remain good friends forever.
He's considering it. He's considering
it.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I now have learned that, and some of our listeners are taunting me with this, that apparently Canada might now be included soon in the countries in the world that when we enter, if asked, we have to show 5 years of our social media posts to the American government. I'm fine with that. All they're going to know is that I love Notre Dame and dogs, but I just want to make it clear on the record that I love everything about the USA. You are a national treasure.
He really wants that yogurt. He really wants that yogurt.
And Roger, we know.
Yeah, and it was a joke. I never, ever smuggled any yogurt into our country.
In the words of Han Solo, I know.
I know.
Paul, do you have a genuine one, or do you just want to?
I struggled with this as Dolph and Andy did, but I think one of the things that helped me get through the week, and I'm claiming these, but I guess I'll broaden it as the humor of the American people. There were some Twitter memes that got me through this week that were outstanding, both about us in some cases. Some of the Notre Dame Twitter memes were hilarious, but the Michigan Twitter memes, I was literally laughing out loud looking at my phone in public more than one occasion. And like the general collective humor of people in our country, I'm gonna take. And there's too many to remember, but the one that I don't know how safe for work we are as Father Nate's coming on, but there was one that combined Notre Dame and Sherrone Moore that made me laugh very, very hard about us. We pull out better than Sherrone Moore. And it was one of those ones where it's the guy like convince me otherwise, like sitting at the table is like, Notre Dame pulls out better than Sherrone Moore. Tell me I'm wrong. I was like, oh my gosh.
We're now going to talk about Michigan. Well done. Michigan football, thank you very much.
Mr. Segway.
You guys have provided over the past couple of years Jim Harbaugh's antics, even though you won one, but with the cast of characters he had around him, all the penalties that came with that, the sign stealing, what was it, Connor Stallions, thank you for that. And thank you now for the end story, Sherrone Moore, who would not be here if not for Mr. Harbaugh. But goodness, Michigan, thank you for making taking us out of the headlines and giving us a week of some interesting news to follow. It was a fast and wild, pace as it relates to the Michigan stories. Andy, I have one question for you as it relates to this. As a law enforcement officer, if I'm standing in front of you threatening to kill myself with a butter knife, are you drawing a weapon on me?
Yes.
100%. With a butter knife?
100%, yeah. You can still
stab
me with a butter knife, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What, am I going to spread you to death?
You can stab me. I'm not taking any chances, especially with you. You're scrappy.
What? If I was deaf, and had a butter knife.
100%. 100%.
Paul, any observations from this?
You guys may not think this based on my performance in the show in the past, but I do prepare. And under the headline of Michigan football, I just wrote, that's my notes here. Raji, when you're listing the past sins of Michigan, don't forget that their former offensive coordinator got dragged out of his office for stealing public images of nude girls from all over the country. That sort of got swept under the rug real fast, didn't it? I have, just to sum this up, I have one of my friends are Ohio State friends, and my one best friend is an Ohio State guy, and he goes, I swear I leave my phone for a half hour and you come back and you're like, oh my God, there's more. And he's like, at this point in time, he said, nothing will surprise me. Like I'm in a work meeting for 2 hours and I come out and I read, and he made up the craziest fact in there, and you'd be like, that could be true. They might have done that too. I don't know. This guy off his rocker and has been for years. My main, this is going to be like Watergate, right? Who knew what and when? And is this investigation real by Jenner and Block? And I think it is, because Jenner and Block's a legit law firm. Ward Manuel is dead.
Oh, sure. Sure.
And how do they hire a coach? They got no president, because Sant'Ono went down with the last thing. They got an AD on thin ice. They've got scandals all over the place. I don't know what, what is it? Schadenfreude? Is that the word?
Schadenfreude, yes.
Yeah, Schadenfreude. Yeah, I knew I was going to say that wrong. I couldn't spell it in my notes.
Right.
My notes app that's why I wrote ha 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 ha.
It's easier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's astonishing the level that this has gotten to, and their arrogance just makes it delicious.
Manuel, from what I heard, fired Moore on his own with no HR rep and no.
So great.
What are you doing?
So great. My buddy owns a nursery, right? The guy my best friend, and he's like, He goes, I own a nursery. We have about 60 people that work here. He goes, I know not to do that.
Yeah.
He goes, we really don't even have an HR person here. He goes, but I bring a witness in. He goes, I know not to do that.
I think I put in the chat to us, it would be extremely funny if one of these two were the next head coach, Brian Kelly or Mark D'Antonio. That would be awesome. Either of those as the next head coach. Who's it going to be, Paul? Who's the next head coach?
Well, first of all, I think we can all agree based on the rumors we know about Brian, it's not going to be him.
Yeah,
you can't replace one secretary chaser with another. It's just not something that can happen. I don't know the next meeting. They should have somebody. They should get Jed Fish. They should get. It's not going to be the Bama guy. They should get somebody upstanding that has nothing to do with Michigan, right? You got to cut the ties with Harbaugh and everything like that. But they're so arrogant that it could be, like John Harbaugh, or it could be, or that Jesse Minter, who's the other one who still has like a 6 month left on his show cause, and they can just round that into the end of practice. But it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't listen and they just pulled another Michigan man out of this and went for it. But
what about Connor Stallions? Has he got a shot?
I think right now Sherrone Moore is interviewing with Connor Stallions' high school team to try to get a job with him. By the way, sorry to take us off track. What does he do now? He's unhireable. What's Sherrone do now?
Oh,
he's unhireable.
Time is the first answer.
Yeah, but no,
he's service
first defense. But he's what does he do? He has $1 million house with a wife who doesn't work and 3 little kids. He's out of that house, right? He's going to be homeless. He's not living there, right? What is he doing for money?
I say this as a Canadian who observes you from constantly from afar, objectively, and you know this about your country. No one loves a redemption story, and more than Americans. And so it's a few years away. Maybe he finds another gig somewhere. But he certainly continued the snowball down the hill after getting fired. If he had just got fired and went home,
right,
a different trajectory. But I think you're right. He's a couple of years of redemption and maybe something somewhere if he does it right, and if it's earnest.
He got on OnlyFans right after he got out of jail. I mean, this guy.
And he was like after the Natty, he was offering an OnlyFans a foursome.
The Final Four, right?
And what I thought about that though, is I said, why is he thinking about golf at a time like that? I mean, that's just wrong.
And by the way, the stories are going to get worse in the next weeks. The 2-day period between the breakup and when she went to the AD, he sent a lot of bad things to her, and those are all going to come out. What does he do? He's going to be You're going to drive down the street. He's going to be mowing somebody's lawn. Sherrone Moore is going to be mowing lawns under the table for somebody.
Andy, you're a law enforcement. You understand the sort of the causation and the root causes of these things. Could it have been something in the water in the general Michigan area for him and Mel Tucker to both sort of lose their marbles at this?
I don't know.
I think that was Flint.
Sorry. All I know is that Andy lives in Duane Eddy Lake or whatever it is.
Duane Lake, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's I thank him. We do thank him for his service.
Hey, Rodolfo, you're running a little behind. The comments are running hot tonight. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, I know. Want to read some? Want to do me, Paul, or should I do it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Miles the Cat says, Andy declines the Pop-Tart Bowl. International incident averted. From 4-2 Canadian trying to steal the giant Pop-Tart pregame. Okay.
But by the way, that proves James is blind. I'm clearly much taller than 4'2".
4'3", maybe. Yeah. Lou Holt said it best when you have to earn respect. There's there's 260, I guess 365 on top kickoff, and we start earning it. Period. Recruiting is picking up as well. Andy, how about some lovely from the state of Alabama
Nothing.
for
There's
the
nothing.
for the national treasures? Yeah.
There's nothing. No.
I mean, what if Raji? Josh says, what if Raji had a spark, Andy?
Spork instead of a
Spork.
butter knife.
Oh yeah, spork.
Spork.
Here
I'd still
comes
shoot
the
him.
most important comment of the day. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. Is he okay? Yes. This guy Rene Martinez says, "Okay, this is a new ND platform. Awesome.
136, baby. 136. That's a new.
Is it-
Okay.
Well, welcome to the party, Renee. We're happy to meet you, and
Please tell all of your friends.
yeah, all of them. This is exciting stuff. So
You're getting a taste for
Yeah, there's one last comment here. Miles the Cat also says, Raji, you're always for nothing in my book.
I have been promised a growth spurt. It's coming at some time. So thank you, Michigan football. We appreciate all you did for us this past week. And interesting, Andy, I did not think a butter knife would be taken seriously by law enforcement.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Is there such a thing as a switchblade butter knife?
probably.
I don't know this segue back to, but what's that thing you keep your butter in at home? What's that called?
A crock?
Never heard of it, but yeah. So you have butter knives all around your crock?
He said crop.
Notre Dame off season. Let's move on to that. A couple
We
quick
just lost.
questions.
We just lost Rene Martinez.
No, Renee, it gets better. Wait till you learn about my dog. Notre Dame off season. We've lost Max Bulla. Paul, any thoughts as to any other? Are we going to lose it? We might lose a few others, I suspect, as the season goes along, or
Yeah.
next season.
Losing assistant coaches means you're doing well.
Yeah.
And that's a sign of growth. And we thought it was the end of the world when we lost Laurinaitis to Ohio State, and Max Bulla stepped in and I think was just as good and filled the exact same role too. The insane defensive young coach, right? I don't know who we're going to hire there, but it's going to be an insane defensive young coach. This entire offseason is about retaining Marcus Freeman. That's it. This is a binary thing because players are going to come and players are going to go. That's normal college football now. I don't love it. None of us love it, but this is a binary offseason. If Marcus Freeman is still our coach.
What's the risk level? What yellow, red, green? Where are you on that?
Yellow. I'm on yellow. Yeah. Two factors. NFL and Ryan Day. Always the same two factors.
I will not accept Ohio State ever, Paul. He is converted to Notre Dame. That will not happen. NFL concerns me, but I think he wants to get this done. I think he's happy where it is. It's a time of his life, and he's committed to it. He's bought in. Paul, that's what I tell myself when I fall to sleep at night.
Whatever you need to do, Raji. Whatever you need to do.
Andy, do you share the same level of concern? You and Dolph share the same concerns about Freeman this season, or?
I share the same as Paul. I think it all hinges on Ryan Day. I've always thought that would be the biggest threat to him leaving. Of course, the NFL is always out there, but I think the immediate threat is Ohio State. I think he wants to coach there. Obviously, he was a player there, an alumni. So I think he wants to go there, and obviously they're set up to continue what they're doing. I also agree with you, though, Raj. I think he would like to make his indelible stamp on Notre Dame and get that national championship. He's close. I mean, this year would have been obviously probably his, better than last year. We would have had a better opportunity, better shot. And I think he sees that. But as long as Ryan Day stays where he is, I think we keep Marcus.
Dolph, I know you have a new coach at Cal. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, this guy seems like the real deal. And he looks good. I mean, all the community just embraced him. So, yeah.
Your level of excitement.
I have a
jumps
question
off the
on
screen.
I have a question on that, Rodolfo, but I'm saving it for our questions to each other at the end. So.
Okay.
Paul, I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
Because I want you to make me feel better is there a chance? Or what is the chance? Again, 0 to 10, 10 being yes, 0 being no. Love comes back.
It's more than 0 after watching him the other day. And we've all read the articles about Jeremiah. He's a different cat, man. He's different than anyone else. I think it's less than 0, but I think there's a better. I would put Price at a 5. How about that?
Okay. Because they can, I mean, if you look at just the math of it, I don't know the NFL math, but that first contract, if you can say, we'll give you more than you're going to get in your first year plus some, and then you can still get that contract, God willing you don't get hurt, the math might work.
Andy, in the past, it never would have, but now you can make it work.
Yeah. Andy, how optimistic are you that Love or Price come back?
Very similar to Paul. And, I mean, I knew Mendoza was probably going to win the Heisman. Had Jeremiah won that, it would have been 0. I thought he would go if he had that opportunity, which I think he's craving that as well as being, Notre Dame's first Heisman Trophy in almost 40 years. By the time we're closing in on the 40-year mark anyway. I think hot take right here, guys. I think he comes back. Hot take, Paul.
I love it, Dolph. As a guy,
that was my nickname in high school. Hot take.
I know that. Dolph is a guy who's
self-incriminated high school nickname. All right. I see where we are now.
Dolph is a guy who's going back for his 10th year at Notre Dame. Not that Mr. Love's ever going to get 10 years. How do you feel? Is he coming back?
I say one of them is coming back, either Price or Love, and it's only one of them. So I want to say, probably Love has a little more opportunity, making up that money that he would have earned in his rookie contract in the NFL.
The math is there, and if you get the right insurance to injury, and you get to, I think it's possible, and
the math with the life of an NFL running back too is there. Like with a quarterback, you're never going to stop it because they want that second contract, right? Yeah. The second contract is most running backs don't get the second contract because there's younger, faster ones that are coming out of college every year.
Running backs are disposable now. Mm-hmm.
It's possible. I mean, actually, it's gospel now that Andy said it. So I tried.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremiah actually just heard it because he's watching, and he's like, "There it is." I wasn't sure up until I heard Andy from Dwayne Lake say it, but now that I know.
However, he might remember back to the Notre Dame fantasy camp opening night dinner with the team, and he might have nightmares of George coming towards him. Please write this manifesto on everything I own.
His contract is going to be
to avoid the 2026 fantasy camp. He's like, I got to go to the NFL.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be great if
it's going to be his NIL deal is that he has an appearance somewhere else that night.
I wonder if next year at camp there will be sort of a spotter to George, someone just designated to George.
Yeah, it's called an order of protection. Yeah.
Quick hits. Who's winning the championship? I have Oregon. Andy, who do you have?
Georgia.
Paul?
Ohio State.
Dolph?
Ohio State.
That might mean the Ryan Day leaving. Stop it. Stop it.
Plenty of time on that big Notre Dame whirlwind press tour last week to announce a new signing, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Christmas. I know what I want for Christmas. No change in the head coaching job for Notre Dame, and for all of your health and happiness and calm for the next year. For you and your families, that's my thing. You guys all home for Christmas? Andy, are you there in Duane Creek?
Christmas, Christmas Day and Christmas Eve will be home. We travel out to my in-laws in Utica next weekend, but for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we will stay home.
And Andy, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Monkey bread. Do you know what monkey bread is, Roger?
No.
It's delicious.
It's like cinnamon. It's like biscuits cut up and baked with cinnamon and sugar on them. It's like you pull it apart. Monkey
Gooey.
pull.
It's gooey.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Funny, my when we went to the zoo, my parents told me that the feces they were throwing at me,
Was
that's
monkey
what
bread?
that was, the monkeys. Yeah, so
No, that's fair. That's fair.
different memory. Oh, what about you? You there in Cleveland?
We will be here in Cleveland. I am leaving on the 27th to go to Florida, and that's my favorite tradition is when we
Nice.
leave after Christmas to go get warm for a week. And I get the girls down there, and we have a good time. They'll be here for Christmas too, but I like we have the chaos of Christmas, and we just leave it here and don't clean it up, and then we just go. And then we come back, we're like, oh. But yeah, I want to get away.
We are here in Burlington. We're having a Christmas dinner on the 23rd because of the schedule of the nurses in our family. So Christmas dinner's on the 23rd at our daughter's home. I think 25, 26 people will be there.
Wow.
It's outstanding that it's not here. Fantastic. My favorite thing about Christmas is, you know how important it is when the people in your world, you recognize that they get you, that they understand what's important to you. And nothing makes me happier than when I hear from you, Andy's really, really good at it, but wishing us a happy Boxing Day in Canada. So thank you for when you do that, Andy. It means the world to us.
And the only reason I know it is because on my desk calendar at work that we get from Staples or wherever it comes from says Boxing Day. Otherwise, I have no clue it even exists.
Before we turn to Rodolfo, Andy, I will tell you that I'm looking to buy an exercise bike, and I got kicked out of Staples last night because they don't sell stationary bikes.
Sure.
Rodolfo?
oh
Same
boy.
reason I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
If I knew how to turn my screen off, I'd do it, but I can't figure that out anymore.
Oh, what about you?
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, it's the family all over here, and it's Christmas Eve with my parents, my mom's, and then with my in-laws on the 25th. So, yeah, my favorite thing about it's just getting together with family, and really looking forward to seeing my daughter that I haven't seen in 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
She's coming in the
great.
23rd. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great Christmas.
That's awesome.
Excellent. What's the deal with I'm suspending the USA? Nothing is the deal with. You're wonderful people. I love you. Please don't stop me when I travel into your country. Best people in the world, USA. Anything about Canada you want to ask? Yep, Paul.
Apologies if this was mentioned on the first year of the show. I have vague memories, but I went down a rabbit hole on the Canadian Maple Syrup Reserve the other day on the internet, and I legitimately thought it was a hoax, like an Onion article, until I saw other sources. This is a real thing. Like, you guys think the world, like the stability of the world, is going to hinge on whether we have enough maple syrup or not.
Yep. When your IHOP starts shutting down, which that sounds like a threat. No, I don't mean that. We will supply you with all the maple syrup you ever need forever. But
I mean, what incident could cause like the fluctuation in the stability just falling out of the maple syrup market? That I really thought this was a hoax. I read like four different articles thinking, okay, this is just linked to the hoax.
With your most precious resources like Alan Thicke and the Littlest Hobo,
Do you have an Alan Thicke reserve too?
We do. we have him cloned like Ted Williams as head somewhere. But with your most precious resources, you guard them carefully. I mean, we plan for every contingency. So who knows if some Japanese gangster, caterpillar is going to come over and try and eat our trees. We're ready.
Someone tried to steal it too. Like I know we don't have time, but there was like a break-in. I can't believe I was reading this. But anyway, okay. So
Andy, anything for us?
Not a hoax. It's not a hoax.
No.
I mean, I can't believe I haven't asked this. If I have, I'm ashamed that I don't recall. But it's actually for both of you. I mean, I can kill two Canadians with one stone here. What's the deal with the metric system? What are you guys doing with that?
Again, I've said this before. There are 3 nations in the world: Myanmar, Moldova, and you that are holding firm. So you're in a good group. Just check out Myanmar, Moldova, and see what giant progressive leaders they are in the world, and you're with them. And by the way, everything sounds bigger in centimeters.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Paul, we're going to go to Mexico now. Anything from Mexico?
No, I didn't have anything for Mexico this week. I was focused on the maple syrup reserves.
Dolph, has there been much of an uproar down there? Why haven't you started a war to reclaim the Gulf of Mexico? You lost it.
What is
They
that?
just took it.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know. There's some money involved. You can call it whatever
don't
you
care?
want. Not really.
They gave up pretty easy, didn't they? Which
Yeah.
I mean, when the bully takes your lunch money, sometimes you just go get a different lunch.
Exactly.
I'm having tremors here about high school. Andy, anything from Mexico?
the metric system. What's going on with that?
Okay. We don't have a tradition of using the imperial system, so yeah, we just use unit centimeters here, and that's always been the case. Kilometers and miles. I mean miles. We use nautical miles. I guess our famous Navy uses nautical miles, but
They're doing a great
everybody
job.
else uses the metric
Have they made
system.
it back? Have they made it back from the Brooklyn Bridge incident yet?
I'm not sure. I think they're turning around somewhere in Australia. I don't know
They're 38 million centimeters from home.
exactly.
Actually, they're in Duane Lake right now.
Yeah.
Twain Lake with a periscope. All right, well, that's interesting, Dolph. Thanks for sharing that. Let's go into the year-end Macho Fest here. We are going to talk about this. One last shot to reclaim the Macho Champion of the Year. Dolph, you go first. What's your Macho tip for our listeners?
I'm just going to keep the same one as I had last week.
Whoa.
I mean, whenever, I'm going to repeat. I don't think you guys can top this one off. So I'm going to say, when you get into a ring and have a wrestling match with your friends, and throw yourself from the third rope, then so that's it.
So mine is when it's time, when the situation presents, nothing makes you more macho than some appropriately applied sandalwood, some sandalwood fragrance, and
Can we just
you
stop
can
you there?
Yeah.
and if
Just
you can nail the gel mousse ratio in your hair, when the hair is at the right amount of moisture, it can't be too dry, can't be too wet. Gel mousse in, home run. Like nothing can deter whatever you're trying to conquer. Sandalwood and the gel mousse ratio. Paul?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't get invited to the Macho Tip very often, and trying to overcome some nerves here, but I know I'm not coming in last. So my Macho Tip of the day and year, because it's my only opportunity, is I would recommend peeing outside at least once a day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't not in front of law enforcement, Andy, of course, but on my own private property when I take the dog out for his last lap around the yard at midnight. Feels good.
Yeah.
Or when I'm at the beach house, there's no one lives within like half a mile of me. It's very macho.
And I'm last. Okay. Andy, you are now. This is your chance. I think I can't be objective here, but it's yours to take.
Well, mine is going to be pretty obscure. It's going to be a pretty unique situation that you'd be in order to have experienced this. I don't know if it's necessarily macho, but it's necessary. The delivery of a baby cow, which would be a calf. However, it's not as easy as one would think, especially if the baby cow dies within the mother and you can't get the baby cow out.
Oh,
And the
boy.
only way you can get the baby cow out is by reaching in there and cutting up the baby cow inside the mother cow
Fuck.
and pulling it out piece by piece.
I think there's a line between macho and disturbed. and I'm hoping the answer to this question is yes. Is this a 1/64th cow?
No, this is a real
Um,
1-to-1 scale cow.
I think I might have won this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you making eye contact with Mama Cow while you're killing?
I don't know if you know how cows work.
I
But her
don't-
head
I do
is
not.
on the other side, and she's not really in the mood to chat.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel a rush of heat to my body, and I don't know what this feeling is. I don't know what.
It's the sandalwood.
It's the sandalwood.
Sandalwood.
It's the sandalwood. You're right.
I think Paul's peeing in his pants outside is.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, that's what I heard. Before we give you Paul and what I think is the best story ever, I'm gonna move ahead just one little quick thing here. The 2025 champion of the picks, it was a lot closer than we thought. 2 of us were tied 2 behind the leader. 1 was only 3 behind, so it was very, very tight. We were just around 50%, so it's not exactly a great title. But this year, the title goes deep south, Mexico.
Oh.
You are the pick champion of the year. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will send you your championship piñata in the mail. So, Paul, we have been teasing our listeners. We have 136 now. I think this is the best story I have ever heard. Please tell us this story.
Let me set the scene for you, everyone. This was the fall of 1984, and a young sophomore at the prestigious yet very tiny, which is the only reason why he was playing, high school of Huron High School in Huron, Ohio. I was a very quick, I know you would not buy this by looking at me now, but I was a track guy who also played on the football team. And my job, I was a cornerback and a safety, but my job on the kickoffs, and this is going to date me as well, but back in the day, you used to line 9 guys up all the way across the field. Then the actual kicker, and then the one guy faced backwards and did like this stupid thing of starting everybody at the same time. Does anyone remember this? Rodolfo remembers this. Okay.
I do.
That was my job. And on the kickoff team, it was great because I also weighed like 160 pounds. I wasn't breaking up any wedges, right? The other crazy guys were the ones who, when I did this, they would break up the wedge, and I would just stand in the back in case someone broke through, right? Fine. No, it never happened. Our guys were good. On the kickoff team, I never had to be in that situation. But the other job of that guy was the surprise onside kick guy. Okay, so I was surprise onside kick guy. Now, luckily, like I said, we were good. We weren't in any desperate situations, but we practiced it maybe one time every 2 weeks. I was also cocky, I think would be the word for it. And I asked the coach after every touchdown for 6 games if we could try an onside kick. Like as I was going by celebrating the touchdown, I'd be like, this would be the time. This would be the time. Now, this coach was about 5'5", weighed about 220 pounds, and had spent a fall with the Los Angeles Rams despite his size. He might have been the meanest. Like you look up, 80s football coach in the dictionary, and there's a picture of this guy. Like completely crazy. He used to hit us all the time. And by the way, I'd run through a wall for the guy. Like, don't get this right. I loved him. I loved him hitting me. He called me track guy because I wasn't a football guy. I was a track guy because I was little. Like they just no respect, right? But I played because we only had 50 boys in each class. So you played the fast ones. So I'm out there every week. The coach, they'll never see it coming. They'll never see it coming. So we're in a game about 7 games into my sophomore year. And he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm so excited. Like anyone looking from the other sideline would have known it was an onside kick. So I was probably skipping across the grass to get into place. And I had seen it too, like legitimately. The other team was, as soon as I did this, the other team was just running backwards to go set up the old wedge. So I'm like, this is going to work. Oh my God, this is going to be great. And Dolph, you're a kicker. You know that when you do the onside kick, you kick the top of the ball so it bounces first and then pops up in the air and then slide ball, right?
Yeah.
I know which one. And I'm lined up in the safety position facing the sideline. You know, like I got it all. I'm lined up perfectly.
Easier said than done, right?
What's that?
Easier said than done.
Oh, no, so easy. So easy. Especially with these guys running back. I'm like, this is going to be great. We're going to have the ball again. This game's going to be over. So the ref blows the whistle. I do the thing. The guys start running back. As I'm approaching the ball, I'm like, we're going to recover this. These guys are 20 yards down the field. I kick the ball about 3 inches from the bottom of it instead of the top. And it goes right on the perfect angle, right over the sideline, right over the team, and right over the track into the bleachers. No one was more stunned than I was. And somehow, and I don't know, I couldn't do this again in a million tries. It was a spiral. I kicked a spiral over the cheerleaders, right into the other, like the visitors.
That's real hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So the seniors on the team who were playing the defensive backfield with me, and I was lined up to stay in, and I was supposed to be on the wide side of the field, which is where our coach was. And I didn't look over there out of fear. And these guys are like, no, you're playing the flat side. Like you can't be anywhere near him right now. He's literally going to kill you. And I'm like, seriously? And they're like, yeah, don't look over there. And I basically played the wrong side of the field for the rest of that drive. I stayed in on offense. Like it was a good, and they were like, keep looking over guys who would sub in and out. They're like, yeah, you can't come out yet. You can't go over there. He's going to, and luckily to save my life, we had scored a couple touchdowns in the interim. I didn't have the nerve to ask him to do the onside kick again yet. But I just, I stayed on the field. Like these guys were like, no, you can't come out. I don't care how tired you can't go over there. He's literally going to kill you. And I'm like, it's been like an hour of real time. Like we're almost at halftime. I'm like, I got to go in at some point in time. So we go in there, and again, we're up like 24-0 by this point in time. By the time I get over there, and you thought it had just happened, and I had lost the game. Like spitting, telling me I'm stupid, grabbing my face mask, and just like right in front of the home crowd too. Like literally, my parents are like 15 yards away at most. You know what I mean? Like they're right there. He's shaking my face mask, and he's like. And he was also like the gym teacher. He wasn't like a real teacher. He goes, I don't have guys like you in class, and everyone says you're so smart and you're fucking stupid. And he goes, I figured it out. You're a cheater. There's no way you get good grades. You're too stupid. And so this goes on like a good 5 minutes. Finally, it's halftime. We go in the locker room. And the guys are dying. Like, by the way, also hard not to laugh in his face because he's like even short, like he's looking up at me, spitting. And behind him, all the seniors are laughing their heads off, like right in my line of vision. And I'm like, if I laugh, he's going to actually kill me. Like how close are the cops? I'm looking around. Wow, Andy doesn't like the story. Look at this. I just get gone. So I survive it because we won, right? I survive it. Next game, we go out, same kind of thing. We're up like 14-0, and I walk by him. I'm like, Coach, they'll never, ever see it coming. And he looked at me like he was going to kill me, and then he actually started laughing. And that was when I went from track guy to football guy. Like he stopped calling me track guy after that. Not because I had kicked it out of bounds, but because I had the balls the next week to ask him to do it again.
That's very good.
We never did it again. Like I swear, I told people we could be down 7 points with 5 seconds to go. And he'd be like, just kick it off. We're not doing that again. I'll just take the loss. I'm not letting this guy anywhere near the ball. So.
Legendary story. I imagine he reminds me of the librarian policeman in Seinfeld looking for Tropic of Cancer 30 years later.
Yeah.
So never forget.
Yeah. Crazy. Went to his funeral, friends with his son, who was one of our assistant coaches. I would, like I said, I'd run through a wall for the guy, but I was scared to death. I think I was scared to death. And I don't think I was sufficiently scared either because the other guys on the team were not joking around. They're like, no, get wider on the other side of the field, get wider. Like you can't come out. He would send guys in for me and just pull me out of the game and someone else would go out.
I suspect, Paul, that if you had had a moment near the end of his life on his deathbed or something like that, he still would have been equally as angry.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would see him out. Like we would, we hung out with a guy. He's local legends. You'd be out at the bar and you'd see him, and he'd bring it up. Like, hey, remember when you kicked that fucking ball into the bleachers? Oh yeah. Yeah. I had a nice career. He remembered one thing. Like that was it. He didn't remember anything else I ever did. One thing.
That's fantastic. As an old coach myself, it's honest. Those things stay with you forever.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
So
And again, didn't decide the game. No harm, really. A little embarrassing. Lost a football.
Yeah.
We appreciate the story, Paul. One of the best stories of all time. I'm going to move along quickly to finish within Andy's sort of prescribed deadline. He's provided us with a drop dead. His agent has provided us with a written warning. New Year's wish. My New Year's wish, I think I said it at the beginning, we probably won't get together before New Year's wish, but the opportunity for you and your families to have a safe, calm, healthy, happy 2026, and then we get to spend a lot more time together next year than we did this year. That is my wish for all of you. Dolph, what about you? What's your New Year's wish?
Yeah, it's basically along the same lines. And hopefully next year is a year that the Irish make a run for the Natty. I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks, and we just basically got robbed. So, yeah, hopefully next year we can straighten the thing and really win one. And, of course, getting together with you guys never, never, never gets old.
I should add that while Canada has pretty strong gun control laws, I now realize that I also wish that we have stronger butter knife laws. I'm going to certainly ask for that. Andy, what is your wish for the new year?
My wish is that in Indiana's first game, that they attempt an onside kick similar to Paul's, and Kurt Signetti takes it right square in his fucking face.
We'll Google that forever.
Sure.
Exactly.
And I also wish that while we can't be together, that we continue to communicate, have fun, enjoy each other, and like Paul said, maybe we can work something out after the holidays are all said and done and get together.
That'd be great. Paul, your New Year's wish?
I appreciate everyone's sentiment of wanting us to get together and be together, and I agree with all that. But I think mine's more important. I just want Marcus Freeman to be our coach forever. I love you guys, but I love him more. No offense. That's why we have a podcast. Sorry, if I have to give up seeing you guys to keep Marcus Freeman as our coach, I'll get one. That's my wish.
I agree. I don't have a random question for the group. I'm going to try and keep things moving. Are you okay? Someone has a random question. Let's go with it, Paul. I think you did. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a couple this week. I usually lay off this one, but for this
week, we will leave this one with you, Paul. Unless anyone has anything else, Paul, you're the guy.
All right. I'll start with Rodolfo. Where is your quarterback from Cal, JVS, going to play next year?
In Cal, yeah. Hopefully he won't go somewhere he can win the Heisman, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It was too easy. I had to ask. Andy, what's your favorite smell?
Vanilla.
Okay. Raji, would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Fuck. Hands for feet, I guess that would be. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
And by the way, my only question is, Diego Pavia is going to make what an absolute goofball. He's going to be wonderful as a second stringer in the CFL.
Yeah.
No, he's going to be wonderful selling used cars and robbing banks within 5 years.
He's going to look great in his first mugshot.
Who's taller?
Brother's mugshot. Yeah.
Who's taller, Raji, Diego Pavia? I think you're right.
Yeah.
That picture of the 4 Heisman, it looks like 3 Heisman contenders and a bodyguard.
Yeah. Anyone else with a random question before we move on to our farewells?
No.
As children or even adults, what is the one Christmas gift that you remember being the most impactful throughout your life? Paul's got it. Look,
I got
go
it.
ahead, Paul.
I was right in that age where it's like, probably 10 years old. And I got the gift that everyone was trying to get that year. And I actually I got a new version of it, but it was the Mattel football game that you played with your,
yeah.
you shake around in the backfield and then you look
Yeah.
for it and then you stop. Like my thumbs were so calloused from it. And all my buddies at school had it and we were playing it. I can still hear the sound of the touchdown. And they actually redistributed it about 10 years ago and I got one. So
That's awesome.
that was my
What
favorite.
about you, Dolph?
Well, it's actually when I turned 12, my dad gave me one of the Genesis records, so a concert with Peter Gabriel. So that one really impacted me a lot. It changed the way I looked at because that was the first Christmas I didn't get either a toy or socks. So yeah, I mean, music it's always been with me, and I remember my dad giving me that and saying, "You're gonna love this," and I still do. I still own that record up to this time.
That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, Dolph. Mine is one that you've all benefited from. Funnily enough, my best Christmas present was, about 15, 16 years ago was Wilco. My lovely border collie, my last border collie. He was a Christmas present. I could get a little teary thinking about it now. Lost him about 2 years ago, but great dog, great friend. I'll never get another border collie, but Wilco and his adventures live on forever for all of you. So Wilco was my favorite Christmas present of all time. Andy, what about you?
Probably we got an Atari 2600 and we thought it was, wow, how is this possible?
That was on my list too.
Technology possible.
Worst Christmas present of all time has to be the game Operation. Why anyone made this game and let us play it? Taking the funny bone out of the pickled drunk guy on the Operation board. It's just a horrible game.
Those sparrows gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
Anyone else with a random question?
Well, sure. Since we're in this, very quick, favorite Christmas movie of all time.
I'll go. Even though I love the comedies, The Elf, The Christmas Vacation, Home Alone gets me. Like I laugh like an idiot watching the guys hurt themselves. I don't know what it is, and I don't normally I'm not a Three Stooges guy or anything like that, but watching those guys hurt themselves is fantastic.
Andy, go last. You're going last. I know exactly what yours is. Go last. Dolph, what's yours?
Whoa. It's probably A Christmas Carol with George C. Scott.
Excellent.
Mine is not a movie, but it's the Charlie Brown Christmas special. That is my favorite. Andy, I know exactly what yours is. I'd put money on it.
You don't. I know what you think it is.
It's Die Hard.
You think it's Die Hard, but it's not Die Hard. I knew you would think it was Die Hard, but It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Very
I would have
nice.
went Die Hard or Elf. I would have had a hard pivot to Elf. But well done. I would have bet anything on Die Hard. So, okay. 6 months to camp, 9 months to Wisconsin, maybe 2 months to hanging out with Paul in Florida. Andy, 9, 10, maybe 11 months to when Notre Dame plays in Syracuse next year. I think we're on the schedule to go to Syracuse in January, a new season for the Domers. Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to all of our followers, all of our viewers. Please like, share, subscribe. We wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we thank you for coming along for the silliness that is something we love doing and hanging out with you. So thank you for that. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Love all of you guys. I'll leave it to you. Anyone wanting to make any final comments?
Same. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday. And like I said, once we get through the holiday, we're going to have some dates circulating around. We got that ticket money. What we get, we're going to get together right at the Gulf of America. It's beautiful.
Just like God intended, Paul.
It's just like God.
I suspect we'll go monthly in the new year. So we'll get back to everyone with the schedule.
I need this outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I am so grateful and so fortunate we get to do this. Thank you for, again, everyone who is part of this. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and go Irish.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, go Irish.
Go Irish.